5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems go with Josh Appelbaum starts now.
Hello and welcome to episode 457 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. I am your host, Josh Appelbaum. What's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday. It's officially hump day. You know what that means, guys. We are halfway through our work week, and we're entering the tail end of February here. So before you know it, we got conference tournaments coming up. We got March Madness. We got MLB, spring training, now in full swing. And again, I hear you guys. Where are the win totals? Any Chappelle fans out there? Tyrone Biggums, is the free 5 o'clock crack giveaway? Where are the win totals at for MLB? Well, don't worry. I'm going to have them for you here shortly. But again, I'm waiting for late signings. I'm waiting for injuries. But I have already screenshotted and wrote down in my notebook all the win totals from, I think, about 2 months ago. So I want to see where the market moves. Basically take a look at each team, get some insight into each team, see where the late money is breaking. I'm also waiting on another email from my buddy John Ewing, who is the one of the best guys around. Great follow on Twitter, but he does a great job for BetMGM, and he gives me the bet splits, bets and dollars for pretty much everything. But I always like to look at win totals, using them, to our advantage with like NFL win totals. You can do the same thing with MLB. So once we get another batch of Team X has 68% bets, but 90% money on the over 82.5. Okay, we want to get that piece of intel because that can hopefully inform our bets. So don't worry, baseball win totals, they're coming for you. But with that being said, we're going to get right back to college basketball because it is a huge slate tonight. Wednesday slate, we have roughly 60 games to choose from. We got a lot of ranked games. I have an epic fade the trendy dog play for you. Seems like the team getting the points could win the game outright, but smart money's going the other way, fading the trendy dog, so stay tuned for that one. I also got to play on an unranked dog against a ranked opponent, and then I also have a late night sweat for you out in the Mountain West with a sharp line move as well. So, as always, guys, 3-pack, you know the drill. Let's try to eke out a 2-1. Speaking of 2-1s, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. We had gone 2-1 in 7 of the last 8 days. And we were due for a day where, hey, the 2-1 streak came to an end, and that's exactly what happened. A couple losses here, 1-2, minus 1.2 units last night. Lost with Purdue. Purdue, I tipped my cap. I call the public my daddy because the public hammered Michigan, and Michigan won by 11 points. So that was disappointing. I guess Michigan is just legit. I don't know if they'll win the title or not, but, man, they're a pretty good team. And Purdue, no slouch there. Most heavily bet game of the night, top contrarian play. You had a line freezer, some RLM, 2.5 getting down to 2. I really don't regret that play at all. I'll make that play 10 times out of 10. But unfortunately, the public got the best of us there with Michigan winning and covering. Also, Bowling Green. Bowling Green was kind of annoying because they were down. They kind of mounted a comeback, but they were a short home favor that didn't come through for us. They lost 78-71 against Kent State, and I believe Ken Palm had them winning by 5, so that was a tough one to swallow. But luckily, and I'm glad I mentioned this on the pod yesterday, when you have a team that you play and they get their what's blown out and you're like, how on earth can I ever bet them again? I think human nature is, hey, they cost me money. They were terrible. How can I possibly put my hard-earned money on them again? Well, that was the case with Iowa because Iowa got rolled against, I believe it was Purdue, had Iowa there. I think they were getting 1.5 or something. But we said, hey, they're sharp again, so we got to play them last night. And they did exactly that. Dog to fave, pick 'em to fave. Remember, they opened at some shops a pick 'em against Nebraska last night, or actually getting 1.5. They flipped to minus 1.5, even though everybody was on Nebraska. And Iowa came up huge for the team, made some huge plays late. An unranked, first ranked, you love that. Unranked, first ranked, home favorite. So it's nice to see the Hawkeyes come through with a 57-52 win to give us that 1-2 night. So great hit with Iowa. Unfortunately, Purdue, Bowling Green let us down. But again, you're making 3 bets a night. This is the whole point of grinding 2-1s. Even when you go 1-2, you lose a unit instead of going, 4-7 and losing 4 units. That's the whole point of trying to limit your bets. Even when things don't go your way, it's not the end of the world. But with that being said, I'm a little fiery today because I want to get back in the green here with college hoops because I feel like we're reading the board well, and we'll hopefully get these results to break our way for tonight. With that being said, let's waste no more time because I'm loving. What about you guys out there? You loving college basketball every night? There's nothing better. What I like about tonight, guys, also, I don't know how you guys handle, if you have busy lives, stuff you got to do, you miss the game. I don't know if you guys sweat the whole game. I try to watch every game, as much as I can. But sometimes you got multiple games going on. I know the wife wants to watch the finale of Tell Me Lies. It's actually a great show. It's about a bunch of these college kids. I really like it. But she's excited for the finale tonight. She also wants to watch Love is Blind, another trashy show that I actually enjoy watching with her. But what I'm saying is I have like a game on my phone, a game on my iPad. I got the TV on, whatever the wife wants to watch. There's just a lot going on. Tonight, what I like about tonight is I got a 7 o'clock game for you, a 9 o'clock game for you, and an 11 o'clock game for you. So hopefully we can just focus and sweat each game individually. No other distractions. Just happen to have the chips fall that way. So that being said, let's waste no more time. Let's get to the first game of the night here. A matchup between Arkansas and Alabama, the most heavily bet game of the night. 7 o'clock Eastern time here, an ESPN game. And this is the fade the trendy dog play that I cannot wait to sweat. It scares me. It looks gross. But what do we always talk about on this podcast? Sticking with what the market is telling us and making sharp contrarian plays. So setting the stage here, Arkansas comes in 19-6 on the year. They're ranked 20th in college basketball. They've won 3 in a row. They just beat Auburn 88-75, covered as a 7.5-point home favorite. Meanwhile, Bama 18-7, ranked 25th. They've won 4 in a row and just beat South Carolina 89-75, but did not cover as a 17.5-point home favorite. So what have you seen across the market here? Well, this game opened Alabama listed as a 3.5-point home favorite. And right off the bat, the public cannot believe this line is so high. In a vacuum, 3.5 is a short number, but public is saying it's way too high because Arkansas has the better record. They have the higher ranking, and you can give me Arkansas plus 3.5. Arkansas, this should be a pick'em game, right? That's what the public's saying. You're getting 68% of spread bets running as fast as they can to the DraftKings window to take Razorbacks plus 3.5. But here's where it gets really interesting. Even though you're getting 2/3 of bets on Arkansas, this line is not down to 3, 2.5, 2, 1. It's not down to a pick'em. This line has gone further toward Bama. So again, even though 2/3 of bets are on Arkansas, we've seen Bama go from minus 3.5 up to minus 4.5. And actually a couple of shops are juicing up Bama minus 4.5, minus 115. So let's take a step back. Why is the line moving further toward Bama if the public in the most heavily bet game of the night, you look at the ticket counts, this one is by far the most popular game. Why are the odds makers handing out more points to the public when they're already on Arkansas to begin with? This tells me we have a classic fade the trendy dog play. Arkansas is a very trendy dog, getting 2/3 of tickets, yet. So even if you just stop there, the contrarian play, most heavily bet game of the night, ESPN, would be take Bama, lay it with Bama. But we also have that indication of smart money. So not only is Bama contrarian in the most heavily bet game of the night, ESPN, this game is going to be on every bar, every TV across America, but also you have that element of smart money, that RLM, where the betting line goes away from the popular side Arkansas toward the unpopular side Bama. So we've seen Bama go up minus 3.5 up to minus 4.5, even though public's pounding Arkansas. So that's a dead giveaway here. To me, that Alabama is the sharp side. Alabama, again, top contrarian play of the night, only 32% of spread bets at DK. At Circa, listen to this, though, 25% of spread bets, but 60% of spread dollars. So another sharp split telling us the sharper wagers there out at Circa are also hammering Alabama here, causing that line move. Alabama has some advantages. One would be free throw shooting. Could be huge in a close game. They rank 60th in the country in free throw percentage, 136th for Arkansas. Bama also limits their opponents to a better effective field goal percentage, so they make it harder on their opponent, 52nd versus 99th. Alabama also has more rebounds per game. And a lot of times, it's not going to happen every time, but typically the team that out-rebounds their opponent oftentimes wins. So they're averaging 41 boards a game versus 36 for Arkansas. So, most heavily bet game of the night. Public's all over the trendy dog Arkansas, but the line is ticking up toward Bama. This tells me Bama is the sharp play. So I am going to fade the trendy dog and lay it with Alabama. I got Alabama minus 4.5 at minus 110. I think that was at Caesars or Fanatics, but make sure you shop around because, again, some other books are minus 4.5, minus 115. But again, most heavily bet game, I got to go the other way. When the public is zigging, let's zag. Let's go Bama. Let's win this game by 5 or more. Bama minus 4.5. Next bet for you. Another team. This is like Iowa. that let us down the last time we played them, got their you-know-what's rolled. Let's see if they can bounce back and cover tonight. It is Vanderbilt at Missouri, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Now, Vandy comes in 21-4, ranked 19th in the country, having a great year. Their football and basketball program really doing well recently. They've won 2 straight. They just beat up on Texas A&M 82-69, easily covered as a 7.5-point home favorite. Meanwhile, Mizzou, 17-8, just saw their 3-game win streak coming to an end though. Lost to Texas 85-68 as a 2.5-point home favorite. Maybe that was a weekend game, but I remember I played them. That's what I was alluding to. Last time I bet Mizzou, they let me down. So they ain't letting us down tonight. The public thinks this line is too short because Vanderbilt opened as a 4.5-point road favorite. And Vandy, ranked team, great record. Mizzou just got beat up at home against unranked Texas. So public is running to the window to back Vandy. Late with Vandy. 19th ranked team, 21-4. They'll easily win by 5 points or more. However, even though nearly 2/3 of bets are going with Vandy, Vandy is not up to -5, -6. Nope, this line is falling down to 3.5. I'm even seeing some shops get down to 3 or even 2.5. So I jumped on Mizzou with this really sharp reverse line movement. Again, public on Vandy, but line dropping toward Mizzou. I got Mizzou plus 3.5. Rhythm had him plus 2.9. Again, I'm loving the fact. So as I'm speaking, I'm staring at my Odds Logic live odds page, and I noticed that again, this line is falling further toward Mizzou. So I got 3.5. Looks like you can still get 3.5, but not for long. Bally Bet is still giving you plus 3.5, but I'm seeing a lot of books get down to 3 or even 2.5. So hopefully, if you read the Sharp Report or you get the $4.99 a week best bets from Juice Rail, you would have gotten in that 3.5 on Mizzou. At least, again, Bally Bet still got the 3.5 for you. So it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing that if you're holding the 3.5 like me on Mizzou, we're getting down to 3, 2.5. That's awesome. Not great if you haven't bet it yet. So hopefully you can still, again, put it in at Bally plus 3.5. But aside from this RLM, we have a good split at DraftKings as well. Only 40% tickets, but over 55% dollars. And Mizzou also is just kind of in an epic buy low, sell high spot because they are an unranked versus ranked system play. They are a unpopular versus popular play. They are a conference dog against conference opponent play. And they are also a dog off a blowout loss against a sell high ranked opponent who has a great record. So all those elements are lining up here to play Mizzou. So again, hopefully you're able to jump on that plus 3.5. Again, Bally Bet has still got it 3.5. But if not, at least try to get the 3. Again, I'm seeing these books get down to 2.5. So Mizzou looks like they're sharp as a frickin' tack tonight. So let's go Mizzou. How about you win the damn game outright and make everybody happy? But I'm on Mizzou plus 3.5. Again, get the best number you can because this line seems to be falling. Last bet of the night. If you're like me in New England, put on a pot of coffee because we're going out west. 11 p.m. Eastern time tip. Colorado State at UNLV. Colorado State comes in 15-10 on the year. They've won 3 in a row. Just held off Wyoming 79-68. They covered as a 3.5-point home favorite. Meanwhile, UNLV 13-12 on the year. They've also won 3 straight. They just beat Boise State in overtime, 86-83. Epic win because they were a 10.5-point road dog in that one. Won the game outright. So what have you seen across the market here? Well, this game opened UNLV listed as low as a 1-point favorite at home. And again, got to apply home court advantage for UNLV, but Colorado State's 15-10. UNLV is only 13-12. So you're looking at a spot where, hey, where will the public go? Do they like the home team at a short number? Where do the sharps go? Do they think that, there's value with the dog plus the points? Well, it's pretty clear here that wise guys are playing the Rebels because UNLV has gotten steamed up -1 up to -2 and even 2.5 now at quite a few shops. So that tells me smart money in a late night game. It's a low bet game. Again, anytime you get a low bet late night, West Coast game, they kind of go under the radar. But based on this line move, tells me smart money going with the Rebels. DraftKings UNLV, 60% spread bets, but nearly 80% spread dollars. So low bets, higher dollar split, slight public support, but also heavy smart money. You know where I'm going with this one. I ain't laying a 2.5 with UNLV, so I did go UNLV money line. I got UNLV money line at -135. I think that was at Fanatics, I believe, or the score. But also, some books are as high as like -140, -145, so absolutely you should shop around, try to get as low as you can. I like the splits on UNLV, 57% money line bets, 73% money line dollars at DraftKings. UNLV does have a 1-day rest advantage. They last played on February 13th. Colorado State last played on February 14th. So, 1 day rest advantage. Not huge for these young kids. They got a lot of energy. They're not like me at 38 years old. I get tired much more easily than I did in college, I'll tell you that. But it's more to me of an extra day in the gym. Yes, rebound, rehab injuries, but also more time to look at film and prepare for your opponent. Also home road, UNLV 8-5 at home. Colorado State just 3-5 on the road. So hopefully we got some home cooking. Also, when two teams in the Mountain West play each other in conference play, take the home favorite. It's a very simple system, but it's 39-5 straight up this year. 89%, 8% ROI. Lastly, this is a revenge play for the Rebels. They went to Colorado State, played the Rams back in early January, and lost 70-62. So hopefully that is an added emphasis or motivational angle to repay the favor here tonight. So late night game, public, or I should say line move is in favor of UNLV. We got really good splits. We got system matches, rest advantage, home road. By the way, Rhythm has UNLV minus 2.8, which gives me more confidence in my money line play. And oh, by the way, Robo Jackson, one of the two best bet picks from our friends at Juice Reel, hardest working AI bot, Mr. Robo Jackson. One of the two best bets that he puts out each day at noon, one of the two is UNLV. Actually, he laid it, minus 2.5 with UNLV. I'm going money line to protect ourselves. But either way, guys, looks like a sharp late night play to go Rebels. So I'm on UNLV money line, minus 135. So Bama, minus 4.5. Mizzou, hope you can get the plus 3.5. UNLV money line, minus 135. Let's see if we can find a way to get 2 out of 3 here and get back to our grinding 2-1 nights. So that about does it for episode 457 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. This is the part of the pod where we wrap things up, and I always start first by saying thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for grinding in the arena with me every single day through the tough losses, the fantastic wins, the ups and the downs, the good days, the bad days, the hot streaks, the cold streaks. That's betting. That's life. But I appreciate you guys tuning in every day and trying to make sharp data-driven plays together. If you do want to help me, if you enjoy the pod, you enjoy the insights, you want to help me grow the pod, please, could you give it a 5-star review on Spotify or iTunes? Leave a nice comment if you feel so inclined. Click the follow button. Recommend the pod to a friend. And also, if you want to retweet the pod when I put it out on Twitter each day at Josh_insights, that would also be very much appreciated. Next, if you enjoy this style of betting breakdown, data-driven, sharp contrarian betting, focusing on line movement, bet splits, system matches, what the market is telling us, not what our bias and our gut is telling us. Again, I always make the joke. People say, trust your gut. Maybe in life, sometimes that's a good thing. Not in sports betting. In sports betting, trust the numbers. Trust the numbers, not the teams. But if you want to learn more about data-driven betting, you want to let me know you enjoy the pod. You want to, give some knowledge, drop some knowledge on a friend of yours or a colleague, a coworker, a family member, someone who likes to bet, has no, philosophy, couldn't tell you what the line opened at or why they're betting. Maybe they should get some data-driven tips, and you can do that by going to Amazon.com and typing in 1 or 2 of my books, The Everything Guide to Sports Betting, the NFL Sharp Betting Playbook. Grab one or the other. I'll sign it for you when I see at the book, and I'll buy you a beer or a ginger ale. We'll get some nachos, and we'll sweat some games here tonight. Next, have you downloaded Rhythm and Juice Reel yet? My 2 favorite sports betting apps. They help me win. They're going to help you win. Rhythm, fantastic for their AI-backed models and predictions for game bets and player props. Reminder, tomorrow is Thursday, so we have our 6 p.m. Eastern Time Rhythm Rundown. Myself, my buddy Kate Harper. Looking forward to that. Stream live on Twitter. And then also Juice Reel. Juice Reel has so many great features. Number 1, here I am. I'm going to pass the hat. If you enjoy the pod, you want to tip your podcast host, you want to drop in a $5 bill, I'd love for you to sign up to get the ASG Best Bet Picks exclusively from Juice Reel. As soon as I bet them, they go right to the Juice Reel app. You can tail fade, do whatever you like, but it's $4.99 a week. Not $4.99, not $499, $4.99 a week. So $5 to support the pod and get the plays, and hopefully get Mizzou 3.5 immediately before it gets down to 3 or 2.5. But also you get the Robo Jackson Best Bet Picks, the Sharp Mush Indicators, the Arbitrage Plays, the Shop for the Best Line Futures, all available when you download Juice Reel. So download Rhythm, download Juice Reel, give them a 5-star review in the App Store while you're at it. Next, do you have a live odds page? Well, if you don't have one, you need one. It's such a critical tool. I say it every day, not to annoy you. I know you've heard it before, but I say it because it's so important. It'll make your life so much easier. It'll cut through the noise, find the signal. But really, it's going to be the tool on your computer, your desktop, your laptop, your tablet, the bookmarked tab that you're going to go to most often, because it's going to give you all the games, start times, live scoring, live in-game wagering odds. You're going to be able to track the market, see what every game opened at, all the current odds across the market. You can shop for the best line, pull up the line history. You can identify steam. When odds get lit up in red, you know they're moving. So you better jump on it now if that's the side you like. Find a book that's slow to adjust. But all these great features are available when you sign up for Odds Logic, the Odds Logic live odds page. It's the best around. So if you go to this special link, oddslogic.com/Josh123, that's going to give you a 7-day free trial and 50% off your first month of service. Again, oddslogic.com/Josh123. So that about does it for episode 457 of the ASG pod on a big Wednesday. As always, guys, I'm going to leave you with two final thoughts. One, whether I see you at the Borgata in Atlantic City, Twin River in Rhode Island, the Brook in New Hampshire, Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun down in Connecticut, the Encore in Boston, Plainridge Park Casino, MGM Springfield, or the Nash on the border of Massachusetts and New Hampshire, my closest sports book, or, of course, out in the desert where the true grinders get down, where Billy Walters sends his number runners, where the lowest juice possible is found at the South Point, or Sweat and Sharp Contrarian plays jumping in the stadium swim pool when you cash a big ticket at Circa. You're going to walk up to me. Don't show me Purdue, Bowling Green, both let us down, annoying. But show me an Iowa Hawkeyes ticket. That Iowa, showing up after getting rolled and everyone on Nebraska, but dog to fave or pick them to fave Iowa play, they came up massive for the team. And also Bennett Sturtz, I think he was on Drake last year. Guy's awesome. I think he could be a very savvy pro. But show me a Hawkeyes ticket. First one's on me, next one's on you. I'll post it at the book. Sweat Sharp Contrarian plays all night long. So as always, guys, coming off a 1-2 or a 2-1, an 0-3 or a 3-0, a good night, a bad night, a hot streak, a cold streak, everything's going our way. Life's good. We're cashing tickets, or we're down in the dumps and can't find a winner. That's life. That's betting. We just got to stick with it. Make data-driven, sharp contrarian plays, looking for games that fit our model with our head and not our heart. Games that are against the public, with the house, with the pros, flat bet. Avoid parlays and get that CLV. If we can do that, we're going to be successful sports bettors. So have a great Wednesday night, everybody. We're going to be right back at it tomorrow. That'll be episode 458 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. Good luck, everybody, and have a great Wednesday night.